quick, right? When we're working a takedown, working from our feet, I want this step to be as quick as possible. I don't want to spend a bunch of time on the mat. The more time I'm on the mat, the more time that my opponent has to sprawl, defend, move, whatever. Because I'm going to be in close, so I want this shot, I want my level change, and I want this step to be quick and back up again, okay? So focus on lowering that level and a quick step. 2 times, go. We're gonna do this one more time, but kind of with a partner. You did, David. So we're just gonna have a partner who's gonna basically they're just gonna line up in front of us in their stance, right? And all that partner's gonna do is basically just stand there, be a dummy, right? Because I want to work on checking my distance, right? Because if I'm back here, I have to reach out, my arms straight, or I have to bend forward. I'm too far away from my takedown, right? I want to be close enough so that my elbow is bent. Now I'm close enough. You can see how close I am to my partner. So that you can kind of help emphasize how short and quick that step needs to be. I don't need to cover a lot of ground. I just need to get here and back up quick, right? If I'm back here, right now I have to worry about covering a lot of ground. My opponent's gonna have a lot of time to defend, to move, all that. So I need to focus on my distance. And then now I lower my level and move quick, right? So our partner's gonna, just take a step back. I'm gonna go again, take a step back. Till we get to the end, and the second time through, you'll switch.
So I need to go on that side.
Yeah, you're working just like I said, working to just focusing on that distance and making that step short and quick. That's what I want you to focus on. Work on that drop step. You're going so you'll go past your partner. Right? I want your head to come past their center line. Right. So. Elbows right there. When I lower my level, I want to focus on coming past that center line. You can see my head is behind his back, right? When you're ready, go ahead and put in. Then we'll catch you up quick on what we're doing. Okay, that's all right.
Take a stance.
Drop step. Step back and back up. I'm not leaning forward, I'm going my level, and that knee hits the ground. You can see my upper body hasn't, I mean it's moved up and down, but I haven't moved forward and backward. So I hit that mat, my knee hits the ground now, I'm already. There you go, better. Yeah, but that quicker, just go down in the front, so we want to focus on.
Drop that knee. Yeah. So it's like here, this is one I'm gonna drop. It's a little tricky.
We're gonna keep picking this apart a little bit, David. So we're gonna kind of go again. So we'll get plenty more reps. race?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, my bad. I
Oh.
was gonna wait just one time.
Oh,
My
okay.
bad. If you did, that's all right. Just some extra times, right? So we're gonna kind of keep breaking this apart. Let me do for my dummy partner again, David. Right, just to kind of emphasize, right, your stance and your distance, and your level change, how you're doing that is gonna help determine your success a lot on your takedowns. Not necessarily if you're looking to shoot, right? If your upper body, any kind of takedown you're working, if I have a lot of distance between my partner, I'm gonna struggle to finish my takedown, right? Especially as you continue to train and you're training with more experienced people. Alright, so we're gonna work through this same drill again, but really focus on your level change, right? So from my stance, right? If you watch, I lower my level, you watch my upper body, watch from my hips to my head, right? That doesn't move, right? I'm not leaning forward. Well, I am, but I'm in my stance. I'm not leaning forward, looking to cover. I'm lowering my level, and my upper body moves forward as my knee hits that mat, right? I step quick, right? I move forward just a little bit more. You can already see I've covered the distance that I need to without having to get forward heavy like this and reach, okay? When our weight is forward, that's when we end up reaching. You can see I'm stretched out. That's when that person's gonna sprawl on us, they're gonna move, and we're gonna end up struggling to finish that takedown. So really focus on getting that distance, getting in your stance, lower that level, let that knee hit the mat, come forward, I step quick, and I come up, alright? Make sense? So really slow things down, pick apart your stance, really focus on that, because the quicker I can go down and up, the quicker my takedown's gonna be, right? The more time that I spend down here trying to do whatever I'm trying to do, the more time it gives David or my partner, whoever that is, to move, to sprawl, to get an arm in, cross face, whatever they wanna do to defend, right? So let's go, one time each again, really slow it down and focus on where your position is and lower that level.
Check your level. Drop the. Don't step that fast.
Yeah, I don't understand how to do it.
Yeah, just check your level. Drop the knee. Drop it forward. And then step up that back. There you go, that's better. Don't even worry about grabbing the leg or anything like that. Just like, if I'm here. These are kind of difficult.
But you are not set at the same time.
Level change. Go shoot. We'll make sure that I'm telling him the right thing, but I think I am. We'll make sure. So we're here. A level change. Drop the knee. Step through.
Yeah. Except just focus on how you can see that movement, right? Just from this part right here, just doing your drop step. You're just focusing on that distance and how you've already created just from doing that drop step. Now I'm past that center line.
It's the front knee. It's kind of weird feeling at first.
Yeah, it's like the backwards of a lunge, right? A lunge normally is this way, so we're basically doing the opposite. My front leg that's hitting the mat.
So I gotta go.
And then step.
Put this knee outward when I step.
Yeah, I lower that level so that knee kind of flares out. That way I can keep my step kind of compact, my stance compact still.
There you go, that's better. Go to the side. There you go.
You guys come in and sit down if you want to. This one.
Doing it better on one side than you are the other.
Yeah, one side's gonna be more, if you're trying both sides, that's alright. One side's gonna be just like, one side, if you're right-handed, things feel more normal doing things right-handed versus left-handed, so that's perfectly normal, so. Alright, so we're gonna move on, but I just wanna point out just a couple of little details, right? We think a lot about shooting, we think single legs, double legs, all that kind of stuff, but just being in here and having a close distance, right? Making sure that my distance is right, that puts me in a good position. I don't have to reach and extend myself, right? In here I can stay compact, I can keep my elbows in, puts me in a good defensive position at the same time as being able to be offensive. I can get a good grip quick, right? I can change grips, I can be in here, I can be defensive all at the same time. It doesn't take very much to create an angle, right? A lot of movement. If I can simply get a wrist and move it, I'm already creating an angle. Okay? I haven't done a lot. Right? I don't need a lot. Simply going here and now just stepping puts me in a position to set up a takedown. I haven't dropped, right? Just focusing on my distance. I've got the same thing. I've got ankle kick, right? I can drop here, work an ankle kick singles, okay? So that focusing on your distance and a good stance is gonna put you in position for a lot of options other than just thinking like I'm shooting singles and doubles, okay? You're gonna find some of you guys are gonna like singles, doubles, that kind of stuff. Some of you guys are gonna like stuff up with the arms. You might get into underhooks and throwing, right? There's lots of options for your takedowns, but it's gotta start with my distance and my stance. Right? If I wanna work, I can work in with my underhooks, work in that way. So when you're working on your right rolling, working your drills and stuff, really focus on keeping a good stance, elbows in, and working those quick movements. Because the quicker I can go from here to here, right, that's gonna give me a better chance of finishing my takedown whenever I'm working on it. Okay? All right. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We're working. I know we kind of drifted from side control, but that was free for today. So we're gonna work. Get with a partner. Was last week or maybe the week before already. We worked that drill, one top, one bottom. Right, person that's on top, you're trying to stay in control, stay on top. Person that's on the bottom, you're trying to get back into. You're trying to escape from side control. So that means you get back into a guard position. You get back into on your knees. You sweep and roll them over. Whatever it may be, we're just trying to change the position. Once the position changes, just reset. I'll put a minute on so the person that's on top will stay on top the whole minute. The person that's on the bottom will stay there a whole minute. Got it? All right, find your partner. 1, 2, 3. All right, it don't matter. We're gonna start. Okay. Switch around, so on the buzzer. No, you don't necessarily want that. Just different options. Person on top, focus on bottom, or do we wanna work from the top? Wanna work from bottom some more still? Okay, that's fine, I'd rather, if that's where we need more work, that's where I wanna focus. So, I saw two things, right, and I know I kinda told you to, David, and I know I focused on this, one is our hip movement. I think that was the biggest thing, right? A lot of us, our hips weren't doing much. Kind of scooting, wiggling back and forth, right? The other was this elbow on this frame hand that's up underneath the chin, the jaw, right? So some of us trying to push that person away, right? So ultimately what I'm trying to do, like our knee to elbow drill that we do at the beginning, I'm trying to turn into this person, and now I'm trying to work my way backwards, right? Knee to elbow skate motion, right? But when I use my forearm and I push rather than lift with my elbow, I'm literally pushing, shifting David's weight to my hips, which makes it even harder for me to start to move my hips, right? I might feel like I'm doing okay because I've created space up here and I don't have him, he's not around my neck and my face, but I'm not that worried about my neck and my face trying to move right now. I'm trying to move my hips. So I need to focus on lifting this elbow, right? I need to keep it in straight, not flaring it out away from my body, right? That's gonna get me in trouble once you roll with somebody that knows what's going on. The arm's gonna go here and you're gonna end up in a head and arm triangle, right? So I'm lifting that elbow literally straight up from my body, right? Just trying to get a little bit of space. See, that's maybe 4 or 5 inches, not very much. But I can feel the pressure come off my hips, which is what I want. Because now I'm focusing on turning aggressively. You can see my hips are moving. Not only are they turning, but they're moving away from my partner as well, right? Lifting, it's an aggressive movement, right? If I just try to roll and move a little bit, I'm gonna be here like this all day. I can wiggle all the way across the mat and David's just gonna follow me, right? It's gotta be an aggressive movement. I'm dropping my hips and using my legs to drive. Okay? Creating that structure, turn my hips, my shoulders, right? Everything that turns together, right? I can't turn, well, since I can't, but it puts me in a bind. I start trying to turn my hips without my shoulders, starts to twist, or vice versa. I leave my hips and I start to turn my shoulders, right? I've got to turn everything together, right? I'm not going to turn into that person and push them away from me. I've got to create that structure, and now I know there's space back here, right? I'm trying to move into that space, so I've got to use my feet. I've got to use this structure. I've got to push, right? That's where that motion comes in. That's why we focus so much when we're working that knee to elbow on this right here. That movement, okay? Because this is where it comes in, right here. Get that elbow, and I can turn just a little bit, right? And I'm exploding, really pushing, right? Once I get here, I don't stop, because David's going to start coming. He's going to start pushing. I have to keep moving, okay? Questions on that? Right? So really focus on, when you're on that bottom, lifting that elbow, right? If everybody can kind of see this elbow, it's going straight up. It's not going out, it's going just straight up. Okay, right here. Just a few, whatever, 4, 5, 6 inches. You get 6, that's all you need. You're going to feel the pressure come off that hip. Right? I can turn just a little bit. That way I can get a bite with my feet. I've got structure, and then it's an explosion backwards. Really have to focus on that. Push. Right? So get back with your partner. Right? Person is on top. Give them a little pressure. Person on bottom. We're just going to go 5 times and then switch. Okay? Go back and forth so everybody does it twice. 2 sets of 5. Really focus on turning and exploding when you move out from underneath. Okay? Alright. 1, 2, 3. Like I said, person on top, give a little pressure. And if you need to go twice, you need to move 3 times, keep working that knee down to 1, 2, 3, 4. So then, 2 years, is if we continue to train, we know more options. So obviously, yeah, we're going to start making.
I ended up keeping going there, kinda got out of it.
Yeah, yeah. I've got to move and start combining 2 or 3 things together to get. I mean, I'm moving that. Everybody to pause for just a second, just kind of sit up and look. Everybody's doing really good, so I want to give you one extra little point. Okay, so everybody's doing really good. You're getting turned up, right? This face, and this arm's getting extended, right? And now kind of just this arm just drops off, and we're continuing to move, right? Once this arm gets extended, like you don't have any, right? It's not, this grip isn't advantageous anymore. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come inside this arm, right? Because I can use that again either for structure to push against, or then I can start to look here and start to change this into a grip, right? And I'm already starting to be offensive. I create an offensive grip. I can come back into a guard position, right? Now I'm in an offensive position, right? So think about this arm here. Once you create that motion, that movement, you get here and that arm is extended. Bring it back in and look for over top of this arm again. Gives me something to frame against again, and I can change that right into a grip. So I'm ready to start being offensive. Okay? All right, keep going. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
You wanna hold me down?
Right there.
Ain't no fun having to
Almost got it, maybe start trying.
There you go.
You're on top, give them just a little bit of resistance. They start to move, try to push into it, and after that, from there, it's going to happen to force them to move 2 or 3 times. Keep that range.
Allows you to shut your head to the steps.
Everybody pause and just listen for a second. So now you're on the bottom. I want you're starting to escape. I want you to go all the way back to a position where you're finished, right? Where you're in a, I don't want you to just work a little bit, get to here, and then stop, right? I want you to either work out into a neutral position, right? Or come back into a guard position. So I'm going to go back here. Go all the way, continue until you're in a controlled position again, right? Because if you just drill it until I get here, and then I reset, go back under again, what's going to happen when we go full speed? I'm going to get to here, and then I'm going to have to stop and think. That's going to get my partner time to come back in, flat me back out, and I'm going to start all over again, okay? All right, keep going. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so everybody's had a chance to be top and bottom a couple more times, right? Yes, sir. Okay. We're gonna do the 1 minute thing again, right? So you're gonna be on top for a minute, trying to control that person. We're gonna skip on the bottom. Same girl, we just got to do it. See if it goes a little better. Alright, young bell. I think everybody's been here. We've learned a couple of escapes from the bottom too. You got that ghost escape, right? If you know more than one, you can mix more than one in. You don't have to just do this one. A lot of times you have to mix more than one together. Keep training and your partners keep training. They're going to know how to stop that first one. Alright, listen. Go top, back and bottom.
Yeah, you're probably gonna class. Alright, good. Let's look back up.
I think it's the getting you back down part is where I'm messing up. Huh?
Alright, so now we'll give you something like to kind of finish the day with something new, different, fun. So a lot of times when you someone guard passes, they'll end up with the leg, an arm between your legs, right? When you're getting the guard pass, we're kind of setting up in this situation that Caleb's passed my guard, whether it's over under or whatever, but he's ended up with this arm between my legs, right? So we're gonna work to a triangle position from the bottom, okay? So I need to keep this arm between my legs to start with. So I'm gonna pinch down on that arm to keep it there, right? I wanna focus on pinching here more so than trying to cross my legs, because I'm gonna have to uncross them, okay? So I'm focusing on pinching that arm. Then from here, right, I'm gonna post on the head, and I'm gonna step over with this outside leg. So you can see I'm bringing this leg against his ribs, pushing against the head and coming over, right? position. I can step over here. I can finish my triangle, right? Reach on the arm if I need to, or I'm not going to bite down on that because it's so tight. Or if I'm not able to finish a triangle for whatever reason, I can use this triangle as a controlling position. Maybe for whatever reason, Caleb's got this arm pulled back a little bit, right? And I'm not able to finish my triangle here, but I can still use this triangle to control the position. And now I can work this arm. So I've got like a telephone, call it telephone arm bar, like I'm listening to his arm on the phone, right? Pinch that there, come up the elbow. I can finish, I've got that telephone arm bar here, or if I was got everyone's favorite. Okay, so again, that position, right? We're starting like this. Our partner is past our guard, but their arm is still between our legs, right? So I'm focusing on bringing my inside leg up and then pinching, right? From here, I'm pushing on the head towards my hip and stepping over. Right? I want to bite down here, so I'm pinching here and here before I focus on, because now I need to bring this arm up, or my leg up, cross over, and I'm going to find the triangle right there. Otherwise, like I said, you've got your arm bar there. I can also work, right? I can also work, I've got, say, hide this arm, I can work, my Kimura's right there, right? Another option with that arm too. Can you say it one more time? I want to try. One more time? Okay. Sorry. Alright, so our partner's past our guard. Alright. That leg, arm is between my legs. Focus on keeping this leg, right, my thigh up against those ribs, right? The more room I leave here, obviously, he's going to get the arm out and he's going to work his way up from there. So, if you get lucky, sometimes people just leave that arm and focus on just gripping on this hip, and then they kind of do it for you, but we're going to focus on trying to keep it there. So I bring that leg up against the ribs. I'm also using this arm here to grip on the shoulder, right? Kind of controlling his posture, controlling his position, kind of keeping everything tight. Bringing it against the head, right? Pushing right against his ear. This leg comes over. I snap down to control the position. Now from here I come over and finish my triangle. Alright? Let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 3.
This is where you don't want to be.
I just want to introduce myself. I'm Ray Body, here in previous class.
This is like your new focus training.
Okay, I'm Coach Drew. I was last year trying to
Oh my god. Yeah, this person. They did on the film. Once you choke, there's more pressure.
hop in with these guys.
I would say try to
There it is. They'll kind of go again, grab one of those guys. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to kind of turn yourself this way a little bit to create some room to be able to get that elbow right there. Towards your leg.
Because you're on that one.
And then this leg is getting down where your legs go.
Yeah, right. Let's go double try that.
Yeah, I think that's like, that was amazing. I mean,
Go through it one time so I can see, so try to see if we can pick it apart here a little bit. Okay, alright, so our underside leg is here, walk over the outside. do it on the same way around, but, so, this side leg is turning, right? I want to keep it vertical, right? Like my knees towards the roof. And then when I do this,
It feels exactly like
right? But versus if this leg, if this, my knee drops out, right? This way, now it's probably starting to feel more like that crank. Yeah, okay. So this leg right here is laid over. Focus on keeping it vertical, that knee to the, and then I'm pushing, right? Because that's what that's doing, is that's driving behind the shoulder, because push, because that's what I want. The shoulder is doing the choking on one side of the triangle, and then my leg is doing, my hamstring is doing the choking on this side. So by keeping my leg vertical, it's putting my knee right behind their shoulder and driving their shoulder into that ground versus that knee being here, and then I'm more just cranking on it. Turn this, just rewind. Or you put this down on that. So I want you to focus on this right there. Yep. That way first. Just like that. Everybody pause for just a second. How many are feeling like their triangle, when you're having the triangle done to you, it's more of a crank on your neck than a blood choke? I know it. Or does anybody feel it pull more on your neck than like you're gonna pass out?
I mean, I could definitely feel cold, but
Let me point out a little bit. I don't maybe you guys are the only group having trouble with this, but one little detail on this backside leg, right? When I'm in this position, I need to focus right on my leg. I want my leg vertical, right? Like my knee is pointed towards the ceiling. If I slide this leg down, right? Some people we have a tendency, right, to help keep it from passing guard, will bring this leg over, but it pushes my knee over. So when I go to triangle, it becomes more of a neck crank. Because for a triangle, how a triangle works is I'm pushing my partner's shoulder into his carotid artery on one side, and then my leg is doing the choking on the other side, right? So my knee, the top side of my knee right here, needs to be behind this shoulder. But when I slide it down, right, when I turn my leg out, it slides down this trap, and now it becomes more just a squeeze and a neck crank, right? So if you're having a little trouble with that, really focus on this leg, bringing it vertical until you hit their armpit, right? Because now, right, we're focused right here. I'm trying to control the posture. I don't want him to move down, right? And that works, but it puts my leg in the wrong position. So by turning it to his armpit and bringing it high, right, like I'm trying to bring my knee to my chest, and then I'm pinching my legs together so I can keep that arm in there. Now when I position, I step over, now I'm in that triangle position right behind that shoulder, okay? So if these last couple times, about 5 minutes left, focus on that bottom leg being vertical rather than turn sideways, okay? It doesn't seem like a big difference, but it's gonna make a difference between it being a choke and really a lot of force and crank on your partner's neck, okay? All right, keep working on it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So this one, this is what I'm talking about. See how your knees pointing that way? Yes, there you go. Yep. Yeah, you do. So focus on this thing. And when you step forward, your foot should almost be right here by your knee. Right? So you got to live and just bring this leg up and together. Yep, I want to bring that leg all the way forward, so I can't bring it down.
I just wanted to see how far I go. I didn't want to lie to you.
Yeah, because I'm like, I feel like I'm as tight as I could possibly be. Maybe if I can. You can do right. I mean, I can put it that's just, I have to be a chill.
To my left, I'm going to my left.
I can't get it. It's almost like because my legs are getting in the way that I have to flare this out just to get that hook.
I'm using this leg and bringing it up.
Here you try.
Because you're moving yourself up here, that way you have more distance, right? You have more movement. You get right down process, but then you just like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to bring my knee to my chest. Obviously I'm not able to use my weight, but what that does is it drives that from behind there. And now when I bring my leg up, I have a lot more room. Right? Like down, I should be able to right my knee. I feel I should be able to touch my knee. Now I know I'm in this spot.
Okay. It definitely, there was a lot more pressure, like instantly.
It's a mix. I guess it's a mix of so I try to squeeze it first. I'm squeezing
I guess it's
Yeah.
I can sit like this.
Honestly, I think we're going to chill out there too if we're just doing a prank like that. I could really just chill out there the whole time. It's not enough to tap. I tap because you're cranking my hair. I bet you. That's like that, right? Put pressure. Pull my head out. That's probably why we got to get that knee up in there. I still feel, I guess with all triangle chokes too, there's still that little gap that you can't get rid of.
Alright, finish the one you're working on and then let's go ahead and circle up. So if today was your first day working with triangles much, like anything else, it takes a little bit, right? So if you were struggling with position and stuff here and there, just like anything else, right? The first day you tried that knee to elbow drill we do at the beginning, we all looked like, we were trying, right, with our left-handed and backward at the same time. So, just remember that it takes time and understanding to work those positions, those triangles, but to me, so I've really focused last year and a half on my triangle. triangles and my arm bars from different positions, right? You can get triangles from all over the place. And a lot of times you can use a triangle, like I said, as a controlling position. Might not be there as the submission, but just, I mean, we were all just in that position. So you can think even if they didn't have it well enough for a submission, just having that position, you're really able to control someone a lot, right? Keep your posture broke down. Now I can work on arms, and a lot of times the two are together. Triangle and arm bar are there one way or the other at the same time. So if you have never worked submissions, like I said, it can be a lot overwhelming. Where do I start? What do I do? If you're looking for something, that's a good a spot as any to start with. So, all right. Do we have any other questions before? I know I answered a whole bunch, but then somebody had something to get it before we missed it. Good. All right. Let's line up. Professor's probably announced this, we posted it a couple times, but starting next March 1st, the Tuesday and Thursday classes are going to start at 5:30, and the adult and kids is going to flip-flop, right? So the adult no-D classes will be at 6:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, not 5 o'clock. So I know it's been posted, but we're just going to keep saying it over and over again. It's a bit of a change. So, all right, attention. Stop. Yeah. It could suck though. So I mean, it's just like anything else, body types and different. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a whole lot easier for Noah to try and with somebody than probably because his legs are as long as almost all of us are tall. So they wrap around and inside out, all that kind of stuff. I mean, just like anything, there's certain builds and things that are going to tailor more to one kind of submission versus the other. Like being broad-shouldered, a lot of those like head-on triangle and the stuff that like that's where you use your shoulders and stuff and your eyes. And finish submissions are going to be more applicable to you than somebody that's taller. You know, so it may be just some of that, and some of it may be too that there's little changes and things that you're going to have to make just based on your body type. And that's going to come with, you know, the more you train, you start to understand, okay, this is how I can do this. I know how the triangle works and how to finish it, and these are the adjustments that I can make. So that's probably a little bit of a mix of both of those. But I know sometimes it's a bit like, you probably have a hard time just trying to just because you're big. I know like some of the other guys like Lance and some of the bigger dude Mason and some of that, like I struggle to triangle them. And a lot of times I use that triangle position as a control position, and then I start looking for a mark or something like that. So so be patient with it. Some of it is too, like I said, just continue to train. You're gonna have to make little adjustments here and there based upon your body type and how you grapple, how you train.
Would I be able to finish without blocking? We can just squeeze.
If you can get it, yeah, you can finish a triangle because like I said, you're just trying to drive that shoulder. Professor a lot of times won't hook over. I don't do it on a mounted triangle. You can do a triangle from mount too, and I don't cross over. I just keep here. The other one on it. So you definitely, Professor does it too. A lot of times with this triangle, like you just put some foot on the hip and drive the shoulder and just bites down. It doesn't actually step over. So yeah, absolutely you can't. Like I said, that's what Professor talks about, knowing why something works rather than just do step 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? That's why we teach that way, because if you understand the triangles, you don't have to cross your legs, you just have to understand I need Some, I know for me, from a jiu-jitsu standpoint, if you shoot low, I'm gonna step over. So you can put me right step over right here. And now we're in a triangle. So it's not that it's a don't, it's just understanding what opportunities that this person has.
It's going, man.
Right, because
We're
if
making.
you stop and take apart
How are you
and
doing?
take whatever, you could probably find, oh, if I do this, someone else could do this. Right? So it's not that you don't ever do something, because someone else could do something. It's making sure you understand what position you're putting yourself in. Now, we need to change something just a little bit.
No.
So that way, I guess I'm a yeah. Yeah, no problem.
You gonna get them on?
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. Yep.
Well, if you need, you can go over there now. Looks good.